Hello everyone, we are Group 8. Today we are going to talk about Amsterdam. I am Xu Peixuan. Introduction. Amsterdam is a charming city with beautiful sights and signature cuisine. Tourists are especially well known. That's the reason why our group chose Amsterdam as the reporting attraction. Next, we are going to introduce Amsterdam to all of you. The following are our contents. Our presentation consists of three parts. At first, we will introduce the local characteristics of Amsterdam, such as attraction, cuisine, festivals, and so on. Second, we will share 3 travel tips for Amsterdam. In the end will be the conclusion of our report. About Amsterdam. Information of Amsterdam like you should know before the trip. First of all, I will briefly introduce the preparation and precaution that you must know if you want to travel to Amsterdam. Being well prepared can reduce many unnecessary problems for travel. The following 3 points are listed for your reference. First, suggested tourist season. According to the local climate in Amsterdam, the best tourist season is actually from the end of March to June. The temperature is comfortable and not too rainy. Besides, it is also a tulip blowing season where people can enjoy seeing this beautiful scenery. Second, currency exchange. The currency used in the Netherlands is euro. However, it is suggested that the most convenient way to swap credit card in the Netherlands, because the Netherlands is trying to promote environmental protection by reducing the use of banknotes and coins. Third, Dutch voltage. The power plant of 120 voltage and 50 Hz frequency is adopted by most countries in Europe, unlike 110 and 16 Hz in Taiwan. The plot is certainly not universal. The sockets commonly used in Netherlands is 2 household, so we can only use our plot with a transformer and adapter when going abroad. We picked 2 festivals in Amsterdam for presentations. The first festival to introduce is King's Day. Introduction of King's Day. King's Day is the national holiday celebrated with joyful open-air festivities on the King William Alexander birthday. It is held in April each year in the Netherlands. Amsterdam celebrations are the biggest and most attractive. More than 1 million people arrive in the city to celebrate this day. The date of celebrations. King's Day is celebrated each year on April 27th, the birthday of King William Alexander. But when the King's birthday falls on Sunday, celebration will move up to Saturday. King's Day tradition. Street carnival, dancing and singing combined with the open-air flea market. Selling and buying of all kinds of small objects by almost all Amsterdam citizens. Many people dress up as the king or wear the king's insignia, while almost all try to have an orange element in their clothing. Let's play the video. The second festival to introduce is Tulip Festival. Introduction of Tulip Festival. Every spring, Holland is the place to admire colorful flower fields and to welcome the new spring seasons. People from all over the world come to enjoy the beautiful Kangaroo Tulip Garden and explore the tulip fields, which are located just 30 minutes outside the center of Amsterdam. The place of tulip festivals. During tulip festival, people will sing blowing tulips at 85 locations in the public areas of Amsterdam, in the garden of cities, museums, and hotels, and by notable buildings in the city center as well as in various districts of Amsterdam. Concrete Tulip Gardens. The best places to visit about tulip season in Holland are the Great Concrete Tulip Gardens and of course the endless tulip fields near Amsterdam. During the Tulip Festival, the tulip fields near Amsterdam are blooming, and best among all is Concrete Tulip Garden. During the Tulip Festival, you will experience the beautiful tulip flowers everywhere in Amsterdam. It's a good way of welcoming spring in your life. Now, I would like to hand this presentation over to the next speaker. Let's welcome Wang Yixiang.
I will continue to introduce the attractions in Amsterdam, including museums, green space, and shopping. Let's start with the museums. I am going to talk about 4 museums in total, 3 with green space for relaxation, and 1 for shopping. The first is the Rijksmuseum in the Museumplein, located on the outskirts of Amsterdam's Canal District. The entrance fee is €20, which is equivalent to 600 New Taiwan dollars. The museum has a collection of famous art pieces, including Vermeer's The Milkmaid and Rembrandt's The Night Watch. Next is the Hash Marijuana and Hemp Museum. Little fun facts here. In the Netherlands, it's not illegal to have a small amount of cannabis. Nonetheless, we arranged this trip not aiming to smoke marijuana, but to learn about the history of marijuana supplies and its usage. Then there is the Van Gogh Museum. The entrance fee is €19. As the name suggests, this museum collects many works of Van Gogh. It contains 1/4 of Van Gogh's works, which implies that Van Gogh created a large number of art pieces. I have selected some of the more famous Van Gogh paintings in the museum to share with you, including the sunflowers, the bedroom at Arles, and the self-portrait. The last museum is the Anne Frank House. After entering the museum, you can see Anne, who was only 13 years old, documenting the persecution of Jews by the Nazis during World War II, as well as the war life that made her panic. Vondel Park, which is the largest park in Amsterdam, has a beautiful lake in the park. Shaded trees, grass, trails, birds, roses, blue tea houses, surrounded by green plants, very suitable for walking and breathing fresh air. Then there is the Artist Zoo. The ticket is €25. In addition to animals, this zoo is built with the playground. It's not like the kind of coin operation animals in Taiwan. As for some animals in it, there is no lack of lions, wolves, monkeys, chimpanzees, and elephants. The second to introduce is Gitor Village. It takes 2 hours to drive here from Amsterdam. Although it is a bit far, you will feel worth it when you see their beautiful scenery. The one-day ticket here is 29 euros. I highly suggest leaving a whole day to relax and have a good rest here. I put a few pictures here that I found on the internet. When I see it, this place feels like a paradise to me. Do you feel the same as me? The last attraction is the Bloemen Market, which is the largest flower market in the world. In addition to selling flowers and seeds, it also sells a lot of wooden shoes. You will smell the fragrance of flower over the streets along this way. Beware if you are allergic to flowers.
In the following part, I will introduce the main transportation in Amsterdam. The first is the metro. Amsterdam Central Station is the hub of the metro system, of which 4 metro lines extend from here. These lines are usually the fastest way to get to the Amsterdam city border. But there are only 3 metro stations in the city center: Amsterdam Central Station, Nieuwmarkt, and Waterloopplein. Therefore, using the metro is not the best way to move around in Amsterdam city center unless you are traveling further afield. The second is the bus. There are 30 different bus lines in the center of Amsterdam. The extensive transportation routes connect all the blocks of the city with the neighboring area. Therefore, if you want to go to the pharmacy area of Amsterdam, the nearby beaches, or other historical towns in the north, it is the most convenient means of transportation. The first is the tram. It's one of the best ways to get around the city center. Stable and frequent light rail tram service extends throughout the city. You can buy one 24/48 hours ticket on the tram, or use the GVB ticket vending machine. In addition, you can use the City Mapper mobile app to help you find the correct tram routes. The fourth is bicycle. Amsterdam has the title of the cycling capital of the world. Bike rental stops can be found throughout the city. Many hotels also offer bike rentals for guests, and bicycle paths all over the city. If you are more interested in exploring the city center, you can choose to walk, cycle, take the tram or bus. In addition, Amsterdam has many different public transport ticket packages, especially for tourists. The most common and easiest transport card is the GVB Day Pass, which is valid for 1 to 7 days for trams, bus, and metro operated by GVB in Amsterdam. You can buy it in advance on the GVB website. If you need more comprehensive public transport, you might consider using the Amsterdam City Card 24, 48, or 72 hours unlimited travel on the GVB public transport system, and free entry to the city's most popular attractions. You can also buy the Amsterdam Transport Ticket, which is a transport ticket for a limited period of 1, 2, or 3 days, including to and from the airport, with unlimited travel on the all trams, bus, including night bus, metro, and ferry. Next, I will introduce 5 different types of accommodation in 5 districts accordingly. The first is the U-Villa Hotel located in the Old Central District. It is in the city center of Amsterdam. less than 1 kilometer from the Anne Frank's house, highly accessible. Near to the following attractions: the Rembrandt Museum, and many boutique shops and restaurants. The second is the Arcade Hotel Amsterdam in the City District. The hotel facility including a special game room opposite to the Beauty Safari Park. Therefore, some rooms also have a good view of the park. Nearby attractions are Albert Market. The third is Stay OK Amsterdam Oost. Located in the Oost district, it is a youth hostel with affordable price. It shares its building with a cinema and theater, and it is benefited from a former school. You can also take a 1-minute walk to the tram stop, which offers direct access to Amsterdam Center. Nearby attraction is Depot Market. The fourth is City Hub Amsterdam in the West District. It is a capsule hotel. You can make friends from different places here. They also provide pocket Wi-Fi, which is essential for travel. Nearby attractions are from the park. The fifth is Hotel Cafe Modern in Northern District. The rooms are spacious and well-lit. In addition, there is also a cafe serving meal. The only downside is that there is no elevator. Nearby attractions are adult lookouts. You can plan your accommodation according to your budget and the attraction you want to visit.
This part is about budgeting. At the beginning, we knew that March to May is the best time to visit. It is the springtime of the Netherlands. The rainfall is less than the other seasons, and enjoy the blossoming daffodils in April and tulips in May. However, the peak seasons to the Netherlands is from May to September. The plane ticket prices are around $20,000 to $25,000. Otherwise, the fare is around $12,000 to $15,000 in general. Amsterdam is the main airport from Taiwan to the Netherlands. We can take direct flights of KLM Royal Dutch Airlines or China Airlines from Taoyuan International Airport, or other flights need to transfer 1 or 2 times. For the daily expenses, including accommodation, transport, attractions, and food, the average daily expenses is around $4,500 per day, based on the experience of other visitors. Most of the spending is based on your own living style. If you travel slower over a longer period of time, then your daily budget will also go down. More people traveling together for 1 month can often have a lower daily budget per person than one person traveling alone for 1 week. The average accommodation expense per day for one person is around $2,300. The most economical way is the youth hostel, which only costs around $500. However, the location may not be convenient. The fans should be aware that the price might go double in the peak seasons. Here is the budget of transportation. The typical prices for transportation are listed on the sign. We can buy the day pass for transport, which Weijie have mentioned. The GVB day pass allows you to travel at the hours of your own convenience without any limitation throughout Amsterdam, day and night, on the bus, tram, and metro. Let us calculate the entry fee of the museums and parks that Yixiang have introduced. Here is the price list: $3,600 in total for the entertainment. However, if you want to budget your travel, you could purchase the fast pass called Museum Card. You can visit 5 of the 400 museums in the Netherlands. Breakfast prices are usually a little cheaper than lunch or dinner. The price of food in dine-in restaurants in the Netherlands is often higher than the fast food prices or street food prices. The average food budget is around $1,200 per day. The public water in Amsterdam is considered safe to drink. If you want more fun, you can spend more on alcohol. The average person spends about $560 on alcoholic beverages there per day. Last but not least, it is highly recommended to prepare some petty cash for mishaps. Unpredictable things could happen during the trip, including crime and robbery. It is more secure to prepare some extra money around $2,500 to avoid panic moments. Souvenir is part of the memory of a trip. Let's have a quick view of it. Firstly, we have chosen four of the most popular souvenirs from Amsterdam. Squib waffles. They are two thin cookies made from thick batter that have been pressed on a hot griddle until crisp and golden brown, and cookies are staked together with chamomile. Gouda cheese has a rich, deep flavor and smooth texture. It is one of the famous cheese formed there. The Netherlands is often referred to as the king of Dutch cocoa for its abundant cocoa grinding industry that is recognized worldwide. Chocolate sprinkles are usually added on the ice cream or dessert. Let's try the Dutch way. Slather a thick layer of butter, then sprinkle the chocolate sprinkles on bread as your breakfast. Speculoos cookies is a cinnamon-flavored biscuit popular in the Netherlands, Belgium, and France. And now, here are the very symbolic items of Dutch. I'm sure we are very familiar with them. Here we have flower seeds and bombs, Delft ware ceramics, Amsterdam house magnet, windmill memorabilia, cross, and finally, accessories of representatives of the Netherlands, Miffy, Van Gogh, and Moomin. To conclude, Amsterdam is not only full of greenery and floral. Historical and distinctive buildings can be found all around the cultural district. Also, it is very good city planning, with convenient transport from downtown to the sites. It is really a nice travel destination. Either you want a cultural in-depth tour or a cozy vacation. Hope you enjoyed the introduction of Amsterdam. Thank you very much for your attention.